What's going on, everyone? It's a super rainy day here in Missouri yet again, with all the rain and everything we've gotten here. I think it's rained non-stop for 72 days or something. I don't know. It seems like it anyways. But I don't know if anybody has seen yet online or whatever the case may be, but I did sell Bernie, the little Dodge Ram D50 truck. I drove it for a couple weeks and really enjoyed myself driving it. I love that little truck. But ended up, the transmission ended up taking a dump in it, and rather than waste a bunch of time and money on that truck, you know, and not really do anything that was going to increase the value of it as opposed to the drivability, I just decided to part ways with it. Wasn't really what I wanted to do, but I was kind of at a point with the boost knuckle and the Civic not running right and everything. I was just kind of fed up of having stuff that didn't run right. And I found a local kid who was really big into the mini trucks, and he saw it, wanted it, and we come together on a price, and I just said, take it. So he bought it. He's going to give it a good home, and I think he's going to get the transmission rebuilt and kind of daily drive that thing for a while. So that'd be really awesome to see somebody get some use out of it, you know, and not chop it up, which was probably what I was going to end up doing to it, you know, and putting an LS or something in it. And I just, in all honesty, I didn't want to do that, but that was going to be my next option. So I just said to heck with it, and I sold it, let it go. But today, I sold it yesterday. Today, I got to work this morning and ended up buying a car from a kid I work with. His brother's a good friend of mine, and I think we're gonna call this car Queen Laquifa, mainly because the inside of this thing smells like a dirty gym sock. Definitely needs some cleaning and stuff. I don't know how bad it's gonna look in the camera, but I'm gonna show you what it is. 1999 Civic LX 4-door sedan. Black. The body's actually relatively straight. It's got some, you know, some dings and door, you know, bings and bongs and scratches and all that stuff on it. Front end's got a couple little bruises on it. The car actually, from what I've seen just from walking around it, doesn't have, or I won't say it doesn't have, it has minimal amounts of rust. This little spot right here, I don't know if you can see it, it's pretty faint. See if I can get a better angle on it here. There's just some bubbles starting in right here. They're not really deep. So I think I can save this and get it to where it doesn't continue to get worse. So, but it's the only spot of the car that has rust on it. So I'm super pumped about that. I'll get it cleaned up and probably put a little black paint on it. May end up re-clear coating that whole A-pillar into the quarter panel. You know, fix it, paint that spot, and then end up clear coating the whole thing. And then I think the hood's gonna have to be redone because it's got a shoddy paint job on it, and the front bumper's kind of finicky. So I may end up painting a few pieces on the car and then going through and repolishing it and try and get some of the oxidation off of it. You can really see here, obviously, when it's wet versus when it's dry, you can really see the oxidation on it. But I'm hoping I can polish it and really bring it back. And you know, it's not gonna be perfect, I know that for sure, but ironically, I'm really weird about having rust on my cars. At least ones that have full paint, I don't like them to have rust. This one is kind of an exception. That's surface rust. I don't like rusty holes. So that one's gonna get that quarter panel fixed and probably painted. But I kind of got a couple little ideas for this thing. I'm not gonna get really carried away with this car. I may end up doing like a little budget build video, or probably like a couple, 2 or 3 videos. But maybe like, we'll call it like beater to baller. Not really, it won't be baller, not at all. But it's actually an automatic. It's got the D16Y7 in it. Just basic. I'm gonna show you the interior on this thing. I hope you're all prepared to see this. I don't know how bad it'll look in the camera, and it's probably way worse in person. Let me open up another door here. But I'm pretty sure there's like maybe vomit or feces of some sort. There is some stuff in the back, I believe, that's not of this earth. You can't see it, it's too dark in here. Maybe I'll get a better view of the interior when the weather stops raining. I can get it outside and open the doors. But you know, it's got tinted windows, AC works. Interior, like I said, is roached, so I'm gonna have to completely gut the interior, deep clean, steam clean, pressure wash, all that stuff to get it clean to where I don't feel gross when I get out of it and or in it. Probably gonna do some sanding and polishing on the headlights here. They're not super far gone, so I think I can save those, bring those back. Probably put a little lip on it. I'm gonna change the grill out to like an SI style grill. I already bought some wheels for it. The same day I bought the car, I bought another set of wheels. We'll probably end up putting some coilovers on it, get it sitting low, get a good little stance on it, and have a decent little daily driver, something I can cruise around in. And you know, I can't ride stock, it's just not in me. I'm surprised my 2011 Dodge truck has stayed stock, but it's just kind of a tow pig, and it just kind of is what it is, and it's comfortable and nice and clean. I just like to keep it that way, and that was part of the reason of why I bought Bernie. I was going to try and save miles on it, but then that turned into a mess. So now I got this. I'm going to give this one a go and see if this one will last me a while. But yeah, I'm super pumped to you know, get it cleaned up, get it slammed, and get some wheels on it. I've always wanted an EK, especially a 99 or 2000 Civic EK, and obviously a 4-door is awesome to me because I got dogs. It just makes it easier for them to get in it, and I actually can't wait to like drive this and take it on trips and stuff. So anyways, that's kind of a rough rundown of the car. We'll get some parts in, and we'll start doing some magic on this thing. Start trying to bring it from Grandpa Mobile to, you know, just a cool little cruiser. All right, so I got the car backed outside, and we are starting phase 1 of beater to baller. I'd actually call it phase 1 of gross to better. This thing was nasty. I got the seats out of it. You see, the seats aren't horrible. You know, a couple burn marks and stuff, but as far as like cleaning those up, I'm gonna pressure wash them and you know, spray them with some degreaser and stuff, and they should clean up pretty well. But as far as the interior goes, I mean, it's in good shape. But like I said, I've got all the trim pieces out, which I've got them all here in the trunk. Those all have to be hand cleaned. You know, I'll soap and water those, clean them, detail them. But the interior, this thing, oh man, I'm probably gonna catch some kind of disease. But anyways, as you can tell, this thing is gross. Like the floor, there's actually, I don't know, standing water. Look at this. Like, I don't even know where that comes from. It all seems to be right here in this floor pan and underneath the seat. So I don't know if the window was left down or you know, maybe there's a hole in the floor. From what I could tell underneath of it, it didn't look like there was anything on the floor. So I don't know. I'll see what I find whenever I get it out. But like I said, I got seats out, everything else is out. Center console's got to come out. You know, it's just got some screws in it, and then all that should come out. The shifter will stay in it more than likely. But yeah, I mean, it's gross. There's actually, I don't know if you can see that down there in the corner there, there's actually black mold in there. I think is what's mold. I don't really know. There's like, I think that's like dog food or something. I'm not real sure. I feel like, yep, there's a bug or something over there on the floor. I think I actually seen a cockroach in the center console. But yeah, and then the engine bay is not horrible. I sprayed a little detailer stuff on it just to kind of see what the black would look like. But I'm gonna probably pressure wash everything, which I already pressure washed it once. I took it to the car wash yesterday, the day I bought it. Went straight to the car wash, washed the car off, and got up inside the wheel wells and underneath the car the best I could, you know, because like I said, there's this little bit of rust just barely starting to break the surface here. So I'm going to try and get that knocked out, get it cleaned up. That way it doesn't get any worse. And then I think, like I said, I'm going to put probably end up clear coating that whole quarter. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fix that spot, repair it, you know, blend a little black paint into it, and then just clear the whole thing. And then I think once I polish the whole car, I think the car will actually turn out pretty good with some polishing compound on it. Like I said, the bumper's kind of shoddy. The paint's peeling off of it. Somebody painted the bumper, or attempted to. It's got a couple little ripples in it, you know. You can see where they've run into some stuff and ended up stretching the plastic. You can see the cracks and stuff in the plastic. So I'm not going to get super carried away with that. Depending on how much paint I get, if I get enough paint, I may just, since it's an OEM bumper, I don't like the CertiFit ones. They never fit worth a darn. You know, since this is just a beater, I may or may not paint it. I don't know, probably not. But I am going to try and clean up the headlights, polish those up, maybe get some black housings or something at some point just to kind of darken the car up, you know, a little bit more. But yeah, so as far as now goes, I'm going to get the rest of the center console out and start yanking this carpet out, and then get ready to start pressure washing it before the rain comes. Alright, here's the carpet out of this thing. Kind of give you an idea how awesome this is. Seats aren't horrible. Carpet's disgusting. We're going to try and save it, mainly because I don't want to spend money on a carpet. But it's going to be it. We're going to hit it with a pressure washer. I'm going to put my little Mexican woman to work here. Alright, so I got the seats washed. Just kind of laid them up here on the side of the house, let them kind of drip dry, more or less. This one I forgot to hit the back of that. I probably need to do that. But which I can always take that off and clean it by hand and probably be alright. They might even no. But yeah, I got those drip drying. And I got the carpet out here. It probably looks worse when it's wet than when it be dry. It came pretty clean, all things considered. There obviously are a bunch of stains and stuff, but with the cleaner I had, that's kind of about as good as it gets. And then this foam pad underneath here gets really nasty and holds a lot of nasty junk. Actually, you can see all that black junk come out of there. So I mean, you gotta let all this drain out and drip and whatnot. And I've actually got my squeegee on my garage floor, and hopefully this will help get some of the water out of it, help dry time. But you can actually run the squeegee over it and squeegee out a bunch of residual water, you know, and help yourself as far as like letting it dry, you know, air dry. You can see all that junk come out of there. But yeah, so I'll let it sit, I'll squeegee it some more, let it sit, squeegee it some more. Once it gets dry enough, I'll actually take it in the shop, put it on some sawhorses and let it finish its dry time in there, you know, over some sawhorses. And then once it dries, see how it looks. If I don't feel like it looks good enough, I'll probably wash it again once it dries. But I have a feeling it'll probably be pretty good once it dries, and the seats came out really good too. Aside from that headrest I gotta hit again. But anyways, once this dries, I'll get all the plastics and stuff out of the trunk and get the hand wash and all that stuff, and then we can start putting the interior and stuff back together in it and cleaning it up. You know, I'm getting it ready to start driving it. Like I said, I've got a set of wheels on the way. I haven't ordered any suspension parts or anything yet, or tires. Hi Moose, how you doing, buddy? But yeah, I'll get tires and suspension next, and then get it sitting down where I want it. And once I get that done, then I'll go through and probably start polishing it, cleaning it up, and doing all that. So anyways, we'll keep going. Alright, so I got the carpet washed, and it's been drying for a couple days. It is not perfect by any means. It's funny too, because I didn't pull the seat back out of it. I just the seat bottom and washed it, and you can actually see a color difference in it. So I'm gonna probably steam clean the back. I just didn't feel like ripping the back seat out of it, at least the upper part. But yeah, got everything vacuumed out of the floor and all that stuff and started putting the carpet back in it. I got one spot that I'm waiting for some undercoat to dry. There was a little bit of surface rust forming over there. I wire brushed it and then decided I was going to put some undercoat on it, so I'm just waiting for that to dry and then I can lay the carpet out. And right now I'm just starting to clean all the interior pieces. I got some of the interior pieces in here, you know, all these, I don't know, you probably couldn't really tell much before, but a lot of this stuff was just so gross. There was like crusty coffee and just nasty junk all over it. And then the front seats, all that stuff turned out really good. They've been sitting in here drying on my trash can, also known as my drying table. But anyways, I'm gonna get the rest of this interior pieces and stuff cleaned up and start putting the interior back together, and we'll show you guys what it looks like when it's all done. So this is pretty much how most of this interior has looked. All these, like, there's just crunchy, like, I don't know if it's coffee or what, and then there looks like there's Reese's Pieces crammed in there. This needs to be cleaned. I'll probably detail that all up, maybe wrap it in something, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, there's just been this junk everywhere so far, which I had to pull the car back inside because it started raining again. I don't know how well you'll get a look at this, but yeah, I mean, it's starting to come together. It's starting to be pretty decent. I mean, the carpet's still a little stained. It's not dirty now, it's clean at least, but like I said, it's just stained. So I got to get all that center console and stuff put in, and I can start bolting the seats in it. Alright guys, so I got the car kind of, and this is really just kind of a quick clean for the car. I'm not getting really carried away with it right now because I've got some stuff I'm going to do to it, and then obviously the longer I have it, the cleaner it'll get. But anyways, here it is. Don't mind, there's still a little bit of dirt on it. I just tried to give it, like I said, just kind of a quick rough clean. It needs a serious polishing and stuff. I won't do any of that until I maybe fix that rust and whatnot, because I don't want it to look all retarded, super shiny and rusty. I'd rather it be kind of dull and grungy. But yeah, you know, it's got some bumps and bruises and stuff on it. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna clean up the headlights, sand and polish those, probably put a little front lip on it. I am gonna lower it, put wheels on it. Wheels should be here this week. So yeah, like I said, wheels and stuff are coming in this week. Coilovers and all that stuff. I did order some new headlights for the car. We'll get those put on them, and then we'll just start going and throwing these parts on the car and see if we can make this thing look a little better. And then maybe I'll end up putting it up for sale and putting that money, you know, trying to flip it, trying to put that money into the boost knuckle build if I ever get around to that. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Like I said, I can't thank you guys enough for following along and just keep watching these videos. You know, I hope the channel can grow and we can keep getting, you know, some better projects and keep doing stuff like this. But don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, keep following, watch for the new video of the beater to baller when the car starts to come together with the new parts. You know, like I said, all eBay stuff, so don't forget, check it out. We'll see you guys later.